I saw this. Well, first of all, welcome everyone to the call, the Lumaxa call. Unbelievable opportunity we have here. My name is Lionel Cesare. I'm VP of Sales. I'm excited. We're going to have a special guest on the call here. We're going to get started here literally in the next about 2 more minutes here. We're going to start at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. You just listened to this little skit here, probably 4-minute skits, but it's one of the most popular ones talking about, and of course, it's a little skit created pyramid scheme cartoon, and it's kind of funny with the common sense behind. You look at the network marketing and how people have this misnomer and misunderstanding, and it's a 2 little cartoon characters, that looks like little 2 teddy bears talking. If you listen to it, it's, you may not get the full thing. You got to watch it too, because there's a couple expressions that the characters do that I think is pretty hilarious. But again, you're going to be hearing from the creator of that. 1.3 million views. Definitely caught attention of a lot of people in our industry, and so pretty exciting things here. He has a lot to talk about, and we'll get started here in the next moment. So again, welcome to the call. If you're calling for the first time, this is the Lumaxa 2016 opportunity call here. Special call we have Pat Petrini, who's going to be talking here in a few moments with us, and we'll share a few things. And again, you're in for a treat. So definitely, if you don't have a pen and pad ready, I definitely advise you to do that. Take some copious notes. There's a lot of information that's going to be covered tonight that I think is valuable. This is a gentleman that he's a moneymaker. He definitely has the Midas touch. One of the things I definitely, in talking to him, I love about this guy, he's really down to earth, and you can probably pick up from his voice and his attitude, but he's done so much. Again, welcome to the call. Welcome to the Lumaxa 2016 opportunity call. We'll get started here in the next few moments here. So hang in there, folks. All right, it's about 9:05, it's about that time here. Again, I want to go ahead, first of all, introduce myself a little bit. I'm VP of Sales here. Just came on board the company. I can tell you there's some things that I see happening here that I think is going to be incredible. Just being partnered up and, I would say working with and marketing for publicly traded companies, world-class products that we have. We have so many things happening here that I think is going to take us to the next level, where we're going to bring on millions and millions of customers. And I think we're going to be, I truly believe this is a Microsoft moment when you look at what we're doing and where we're going. So with no further ado, I want to go ahead and bring on our special guest. His name is Pat Petrini. A little bit about his background. If you got on here early, you kind of heard a little thing on that little video he did. But he has a lot that he's done. He's a co-author, and now has become a #1 best-selling book. It's called the Miracle Morning for Network Marketers. Really, some great information in that book. Just really think about out of high school. He began working as an international direct sales company. He really rose very quickly through the ranks, breaking numerous sales, and eventually became one of the top producers in the company out of tens of thousands of reps. He also partnered up with a leading network marketing company, became one of the youngest ranking leaders to build an organization of thousands of people around the world, generating millions of dollars in annual product sales. He's also been selected as one of the top mentors in the direct selling industry by leading industry publication. He's spoken internationally to crowds, thousands of people. He's consulted with many network marketing companies, and we look at the compensation designs, help develop those, and duplication model development and field development strategies. Him and his wife, Emily, operate a successful real estate investment company that specializes in both short-term and long-term investment properties. He also runs an online course that teaches people how to build wealth through real estate investing. You may have heard real estate shortcuts, very popular. So we're really blessed to know this gentleman and for us to be on this call tonight. He's done some great things. And so one of the things I know, I just started watching and absorbing, and he really aligns his thought process, and that's a 8-part series called Reinventing Network Marketing. Truly refreshing, and it's so funny how this is parallel to what we're doing here at Lumaxa. We're doing some great things, and I think that's one of the reasons why we were so attracted to Pat here. And there's so many things I think we're going to be doing, some big things together. Well, so no further ado, I want to bring on Mr. Pat Petrini. You there, buddy?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. The floor is yours, my friend.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lionel. I very much appreciate the introduction, and really, I'm honored to be on the call with everybody here with Lumaxa. It's funny, the video, that you were kind of playing at the beginning there, for anybody who's seen it, and it's getting a little dated now at this point, is maybe 7 years ago or something like that I created it, but I made it it was very therapeutic to make it, because I think any of us on the call who have been in network marketing for any period of time, we've all had that conversation. And that was just kind of my outlet. I was just frustrated one day, and I got down and wrote out that script. Is kind of how that came about, and with no intent for it to go anywhere. And then it became the most viral video in network marketing. But anyway, I'm really honored to be on here, and it was kind of serendipitous how I got to meet you, Lionel, and also meet Frank Greco, which is really just we've been talking a few times over the last few weeks, because I had come out with the video series that Lionel had mentioned, my 7 or 8 video series on reinventing network marketing, which is sort of my it was sort of my wish list and my critique of the network marketing model as it is today. I love network marketing. Network marketing very much got me my start as an entrepreneur, and I've learned so much in it. And what I primarily am spending most of my time on today in the network marketing space is I'm not necessarily promoting one company or another, but I'm trying to I'm trying to be as involved as I can in some of the behind-the-scenes stuff with different companies to try to help with doing consulting and maybe compensation plan design and some different things like that, because I very much care about pushing the network marketing model in the direction that I think, it's just my opinion, but it's the direction that I think it needs to go, which is away from these kind of quasi-pyramid scheme models. Now, again, that video, that cartoon that we heard before this call, network marketing, when done right, is not a pyramid scheme, but unfortunately, it isn't done right very often. And so, I think there's so much opportunity in this business model that unfortunately is so lost. In most cases, most companies out there are really operating what I would call sort of quasi-pyramid schemes, kind of semi-pyramid schemes, and that's why I was excited, when Frank kind of stumbled upon my videos and felt like we were speaking the same language, and he reached out to me, and then we've been talking a little bit the last few weeks. I love hearing what you guys are doing at Lumaxa to move in the right direction, and I'll kind of hit on just a couple of those points of why I say that. There's some really, what is considered very normal within the network marketing space is to have this sort of forced consumption plan where in order, or a lot of people will call it like a pay-to-play sort of model, where yes, you're welcome to be a rep or a marketer with our company, but we need you to be ordering X number of products every month or X number of volume every month in order to participate in our compensation plan. And there's some major problems that come with that. There's a lot of major problems that come with that. One is I can't understand why. I can't understand if you're. The funny thing about good ideas is there's never a reason to make them mandatory, right? And so if it's a good idea, you just have to educate people on it, and then they do it themselves if it's really that good of an idea, like ordering your product, right? So why should people have to pay and buy product in order to get paid from the company? And it's because most companies have this internal consumption model where they've actually designed the company from the very beginning around around how to attract more and more marketers or distributors. I tend to like the term marketer better. I just usually kind of stay away from distributor just because we're not actually distributing. Our job is to market. So anyway, just a personal preference on lingo. So that's why, if anybody wonders what terminology that I'm using. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, there's no need to require people to be paying into it. But the reason that they do is because they've started from the very beginning. People oftentimes refer to network marketing as the network marketing industry, and the reason, in my opinion, part of the reason that we have network marketing really isn't an industry per se. Steel is an industry. Aluminum is an industry, coffee is an industry, but network marketing is a business model. But we've kind of made it an industry. It really is kind of its own little industry because it's its own little enclosed little bubble. Because when most network marketing companies are getting started, what they do is they try to build their compensation plans to try to attract other network marketers from other companies. How can we compete with other companies? These other companies are paying 40 or 50% from revenue into their comp plan. How can we compete with them? Well, let's one up them. Let's do 45% or let's do 51%. That way we can attract those people. Okay, well, let's do that, but that means we need to price our product at X number of dollars. That's okay. Network marketers are used to paying overpriced for overpriced products. and that's kind of that's the beginning, right? Those are the starting conversations. And then it goes from there. So right from day one, when a lot of these companies are launching, they've designed their compensation plan, they've priced their products and everything to try to attract other network marketers, but not to try to compete in the free marketplace. And that limits you so drastically when you can't actually compete in the marketplace, but you're instead trying to compete with other network marketers. So here we have our network marketing industry, right, where we're all just trying to compete with each other. We're all trying to steal distributors, steal marketers from each other, and we all stay in this little bubble. And so I absolutely applaud. I was so excited having some of these conversations with Frank. So excited to hear that Lumaxa is a company that is really trying to lead that charge of changing the model. And there's so many massive benefits that you guys will experience by participating with this company. Is that when you truly build a customer-centric model instead of a marketer-centric model. See, what happens with a lot of companies, they build this marketer-centric model. They're attracting marketers, and most of the people joining the company are all marketers that are excited about the opportunity. Yes, they love the product, but one of the primary reasons they're joining is for the opportunity. And so when momentum slows down, when they go through kind of a growth cycle, they maybe have a good run, but eventually everything cycles. So eventually when they slow down and that new person joins and their story is a little bit worse than the person before them, and then the next person that joins, their story is a little bit worse than the person before them because momentum is starting to slow. Eventually, if most of your volume is all coming from the purchase, from marketers that are buying product because they have to in order to participate in the compensation plan, that's a very very pyramid scheme type of situation, and it's very fragile. As soon as momentum slows down, it can lead to this massive collapse of the company's volume. Because if everybody's there for the opportunity, and that's what's generating all of the volume, then when the opportunity slows down, the volume disappears. And we've seen it over and over and over and over and over again in the network marketing world, especially over the last 20 years or so, just over and over and over again. And then what happens is the company collapses, and if they can actually stick around, if they can stay in business and not go out of business, then what they're left with is their actual customer volume. Now, lots of people say that they love the product and they would order it anyway, but the only way to really test that is to not require them to actually order it in order to get paid. And let's see who actually orders it, right? And so a lot of these companies, they go through this cycle and then they're left with maybe 10% of what their volume was previously, and that's their true customer base, because customers don't care if the opportunity gets stale. Customers don't care if you had a bad quarter last month. They just care that they like your product and they're getting a good price. That's all they care about. No, they'll keep ordering if they like your product and they're getting a good price. So customers are really the glue that keeps the company going through these cycles. So if 80 or 90% of your volume is all coming from marketers, there's a good chance that you're going to go out of business when your story slows down. But if 80 or 90% of your volume is coming from real, actual, legitimate customers, they couldn't care at all about your opportunity, but they love your products and they want to keep ordering your products, that is a stable, long-term residual income. And unfortunately, it is the exception, not the rule, in the network marketing space. Like I said, I did that video series that Lionel had referenced, and it's on YouTube. It's called Reinventing Network Marketing. And when I created it, I say very clearly in there, I don't think that there's one company, out there that is meeting all these requirements. And it's kind of like my wish list. But again, that's what gets me excited is that I know Frank and Lionel and the management there with you guys, we're very much on the same page of what's the right way and the wrong way to run a business. But it's almost funny, it's almost comical, but it's not really that comical because it's such a problem. But it's only in network marketing that you have to convince people that customers are important. Network marketing is the only space that I'm aware of where you have to talk people into the idea that they need to build customers and not just go out and get more sales reps. What other company on the planet outside of network marketing has a bigger sales force than they have customers? And anybody in a normal business would roll their eyes at that. Your sales force is bigger than your customer base. That's the wrong ratio, right? And I think that that's partially why network marketing has been restricted to this little bubble, and why big, quote unquote big, a big network marketing company is 100 million plus, and the giants in the network marketing world are billion-dollar companies, right? They're billion-dollar plus. But in retail, in like the normal world, when you get outside of network marketing, $1 billion plus is like you're a teenager in the real world. Like you're just congratulations, you've hit a milestone as a company, but there's that's not huge as far as other major companies out there, and I think that's the things that we're talking about here, because network marketing has sort of veered in this direction away from customer-centric models. Their customer bases are really just other network marketers. Instead of having access to the entire world as potential customers, they're just competing for other network marketers in this little bubble. And so I think is part of the opportunity that you guys have in front of you, to be representing a company that is truly dedicated to building a customer-centric model and making products that are very legitimately cost competitive in the marketplace. It might take a few more customers to create the same level of commission, right? But when you build a business that is truly customer-centric, when you build a business where the vast majority of all the income that you're making and all the volume in your team is coming from real, actual customers that just love your product, love your pricing, and don't care about the opportunity, that's the real residual income that everybody talks about in network marketing, but very, very few people ever get to touch. And again, in my opinion, that's very largely because most companies are literally baking failure right into their compensation plans from the day that they open their doors, because they build these marketing-centric compensation plans, marketing-centric models, and most of them, I don't even think they do it out of malice or anything like that. They just don't know different, but they're literally baking failure right into their company. If they do a good job at getting off the ground and hitting big momentum, they're almost guaranteed to watch it all collapse a few years later. And so it just gets me really excited. I was excited to be able to jump on this call and say a few things, because I want to promote any company that is high five any company and their management that is going in what I consider to be the right direction and really truly building a truly customer-centric model. So So anyway, I'm happy to go, and answer any questions. Lionel, if there's any other direction you'd like me to go or any other things you'd like me to cover or whatever, I'm happy to. But I'm honored. I, again, appreciate you having me on here.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to have you on again because some of the things I know that on the back end that we've been talking about that we're pretty excited about. So you'll be coming on, I'm pretty sure, in the future again. You covered a lot of great things, especially, kind of retouching on your reinventing networking. I would definitely think everyone on this call, I mean, if you have any idea of being an entrepreneur or being in the network marketing field, or that's something you're interested in, you definitely want to get a copy of his book, The Miracle Morning for Networkers. One thing since you're on the line, again, without giving your secrets of the book, people will definitely read it. You want to touch on the whole concept of not doing anything before 12 noon. Just maybe touch on that. We'll just kind of close it up with that.
Sure, absolutely. So a good friend of mine named Hal Elrod, he wrote the book, the original book, The Miracle Morning, and it turned into this very viral, bestseller, which is why he's expanded into a book series, and he reached out to me to co-author the Miracle Morning for network marketers, to create the concepts of the Miracle Morning and then customize it for network marketers so that they can implement it. But the reason that the concept of the Miracle Morning has just kind of taken off around the world like wildfire, if you go to YouTube and you type in Miracle Morning, you'll just have story after story after story after story of people talking about how much this simple little thing has changed their life. And the concept is really just that if you're willing to just wake up a little bit earlier and do a few daily rituals before you jump into the rest of your day. So if you've got a job, then you're waking up a little bit earlier to knock out these daily rituals before you go to your job. And these daily rituals, if you take a survey of massively successful people, not all of them do every single one of these every day, but most of them do most of these every single day. And we break it down, when you're getting started, especially if you've got, busy schedule or whatever, it can be as little as even like 6 minutes a day. We teach you how to do it. Just wake up 6 minutes earlier to do these different rituals. But then as you're able to recapture more of your time and potentially even fire your boss and get rid of your day job if that is your goal, then I love my mornings now because my Miracle Morning has grown into this sort of 3-hour monster. But for the first part of my day, my phone is off, and I'm just doing these things that I really, really care about, like reading, journaling, meditating, exercising. These are the things that will define who you are a year from now or 5 years from now or 10 years from now. But they're the things that are easy to put off because you wake up, you check your email or you check Facebook, there's some notifications that came in, and now suddenly other people's emergencies have just reprioritized your day. So you put off exercising, you put off reading, you put off meditating, you put off these things that are not urgent, but they're very important. And again, these are the things that will define you a year from now, 5 years from now. And so it's just getting your day started a little bit earlier, whatever the time that is. People say I'm not a morning person. I get it. I'm not either. I'm not a natural morning person either. I don't care what time your day starts. Lots of times mine doesn't start till 9, 10, or 11. But whatever time your day starts, you're doing the most important things first, and that's kind of the formula of the Miracle Morning. So in the book, I go through how it all applies to network marketers, and then I teach some of the really fundamental skills that every network marketer needs to know. Hope you find some value in it. Oh, and if you want to get 2 free chapters of the book to check it out, just go to TMM, like the Miracle Morning, TMM4networkmarketers.com. So TMM4networkmarketers.com, you get 2 free chapters and access to a bunch of other bonus stuff.
Awesome. I think that's so profound. You've been so helpful. We thank you so much. I know you'll be coming back again, and I see a very, very bright and long future between Lumaxa and you, sir. Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. No problem. Folks, we don't like to keep these calls too long, but I definitely want to bring on one of our master team leaders as we wrap up the call here. It's Mr. Tyrone Hutton. A little background about this gentleman here. He's been in marketing and sales since 1974. Now, I was born 1971, so he's been doing this for 44 years. I'm 44. God bless him. He has a wealth of experience. I respect this gentleman so much. Anyway, he has some formal training, really, from Tom Hopkins and Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, and others. Corporate retail sales experience. He's worked in that arena, like companies like Miller Brewing and P.C. Richards. He's worked in that, so he understands that world. In addition to many others, he's opened and ran the first community all-state insurance office in upstate New York. Developed companies and MLM network marketing industry. And multiple thousands of people he's built in the industry and really helped many families. And he's truly committed. Him and his wife, and just very enthusiastic person. He just has a heart of gold, and I am blessed to call him a friend. So, Mr. Tyrone Hutton, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, Lionel. As Mr. Les Brown would say, it's a plum-pleasing pleasure to be involved with people like you and Mr. Frank, and now Mr. Pat Petrini and the corporate staff from Lumaxa. I mean, it's just a blessing to be able to find a company, to find a group of people, to find a network, an organization that at the end of the day cares more about people than they do profits. And we can tell that by the kind of people that we attract. Mr. Pat Petrini, I'd love to get to meet him one day in person. I'm listening to what he's saying, and even with all of my experience, there comes a time when you need to be a student. One of the first things I learned is to be a student. That's the key to wisdom, to know that you don't know it all. And Mr. Pat Petrini is what I've learned in the industry. He's a person that's called a thought leader. What do? Thought leaders take what exists, they analyze it, they process it, they dissect it, and guess what? Then comes along a company, which he didn't really know at the time, I guess, that existed, a company like Lumaxa, which allows us now to implement it. And that's incredibly exciting to be at this point in time, to be at this place, to be with these people, to allow some dreams to be created. And isn't that what we're after, folks? We're all after our dreams. We're all after the things we thought about that we could be, we could do, the places we could go, the amount of zeros we could have in our bank account, the car we drive, the house we live in. But we haven't always had a vehicle that to get us there. Well, the people at Lumaxa have taken their time and put together that vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. And, there's some things that I think are important and really maximizing, taking advantage of this business. And that's about what's going on between your ears. We have a world out there. There's politics, there's family, there's friends, there's jobs. What I learned a long time ago is that it's what goes on between your ears will determine what goes on in your world. And we have a company here that's going to allow you to maximize controlling that. If you control what's between your ears, you'll control your outer circumstances. You'll control your bank account. You'll control your associations, all the things that are critical in living a successful life. Now, of course, you're going to determine what successful life is, and that's what we love about this industry. We all get to pick and choose. There's a book, and maybe Mr. Petrini has read it, but it impressed me when I read it. It's by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Jeff Olson, a very successful entrepreneur, leader, trainer, writer, called The Slight Edge. And it kind of goes along with what Pat is talking about. It says simple disciplines compounded over time will equal massive results. What are those simple disciplines? Make it based on the customer being happy, the customer being satisfied, the customer having access so they can afford your product. I mean, you can have the best product in the world, the best service in the world. If the average person can't afford it, you just might as well put it in your garage and let it sit there and look at it or use it yourself. We're changing that model, folks. We're bringing something to the table that really hasn't been done before. One of the things I know about life is that you must change or you will become obsolete. And that's what we're doing here. We're bringing next generation marketing, a concept designed for the masses. It's not about the classes. It's about people first. And if you get your message to enough people, what does Zig Ziglar say? Help enough other people get what they want, you automatically get what you want. Help enough people get access to quality products and services at an affordable price, and you can become wealthy. Well, wealth is good. Wealth is exciting, and we would love to have wealth yesterday. But true wealth is based on longevity. True wealth is based on giving people what they want, so they will keep getting your product. They will keep reordering your product. They will refer others to your product because they are a satisfied customer. And what does that mean? Maybe not the fast buck, but the buck that keeps coming. It's not just cash. It's about cash flow. That's one of the secrets you want to learn. And we're in a company, folks, that when you put all of these processes they put together, there's facts, there's figures, there's details, are all in place, and they're getting better. As a matter of fact, since I got involved with this company, they've already gotten better. The products are better. The pay structure is better. The money you can earn is better. Bringing on a person to speak like Mr. Petrini, the thought leader that just verifies that what the Lumaxa Corporation has put together and envisioned is the way to go. Now, you can look at things out there, folks, and there's always somebody that makes it better. There's always somebody that has the vision to make it work more efficiently. That company is Lumaxa. So I hope you thank the person that invited you on the call here today. You get involved, you will learn the details. Some people may want all the facts, the figures, and the numbers right now. They are there, and they are available, and there's training involved. All the things you need to be successful. The only thing we need is you. We can plug you in. We need you to be a student. We need you to be coachable, because when you learn, then you can teach. It doesn't go the other way around. The best teachers are the ones who are willing to learn. And we have everything in place that you're going to need for us to grow together and create an outside-of-the-box, massive results program, lifestyle changing program, creating generational wealth. See, it's nice to have money here. I have a saying that I teach with, and that is I want to create what I call the 2 L's. That's called legacy and lifestyle. I want to live the best life possible while I'm here. So I'm not stupid. My head's not in the sand. I want to make money because it takes money to be successful and live the life you choose. But I also want to leave a legacy because knowing one day I won't be here. Now, how do you do that? You build a legacy by having a company that is based on longevity. That's what this company is. Long-term customer satisfaction and appreciation will lead you directly to long-term residual compensation. And folks, our goal is to find a company that you can do one time for the last time. Isn't that what you've been looking for? That you don't have to keep going from this company to that company. You start, you stop, you start, you stop, you get upset, you get frustrated. No, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes commitment, but here you will get the results. I guarantee you, if you put in the work, the time, the effort, the energy, and invest in yourself, you will be a winner. Folks, we will change the game. We will be a dominant player in this marketplace. We will be the company that people talk about, that they try to change their pay plan to get close to ours. They won't get there. You know, I'm partial, but they will try because they will see, they will learn, they will come to believe that what we have is a better system, a better mousetrap, a more effective business model. So I truly believe in this company, folks. I wouldn't be here because there's lots of companies out there that I could do. But the people involved, that's my first barometer. The system in place, the products that we have, will they get results? Will the customer be able to keep buying them? And can we get compensated for them? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. So I want to thank all of you here today. Hopefully we got you inspired. Hopefully we got you to really fine-tune your why. Why do you do this? Why are you on this call today? What are your goals? Why are you going to get up early tomorrow and share this business model with somebody else? If you are at that point, I say the key to success, one of the major keys, is a decision, number one, and then an action. Put a time and a date on when you're going to take action. Otherwise, it's just a wish. We're talking about changing your life, folks. We don't need you per se. We need somebody. You decide if it's going to be you. So on behalf of all of the speakers here today, Mr. Petrini, who shared some exciting game-changing information with you, Mr. Lionel, the company Lumaxa, all the leaders there, Frank and the corporate staff. My name is Tyrone Hutton, and I want to thank you for coming on here tonight. Take action, folks. Get your questions answered from the person you brought here today. Get on our next call. Find out the date, the time. It's going to be the same number that you're on right now. And be there, but don't be there alone. Be there with somebody. See, a vision comes when you share it with others. When they see your passion, when they see your excitement, when they see your energy, they are attracted to what you're doing. So if you make that decision, come on board with us, and the future is unbelievable. Thank you. Appreciate everybody coming on the call tonight. Be blessed, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world.